Okay, guys, welcome back to We Listen to This, the podcast by two girls who love to listen to themselves talk about themselves. I'm Kirsten.
I'm Sophia.
And welcome back. We have a really fun topic today. We are going to talk about going through puberty.
Yeah. My parents asked me what we were doing today, and I told them we were talking about this, and they asked why. And that's a stupid question, because this totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, honestly, I kind of love talking about periods and stuff, because, if I have to have them, other people should have to hear about it.
That's actually so real. Also, I think it's kind of funny when it makes other people uncomfortable. One of my friends who's a girl, I don't remember, somehow we got on the topic of periods, and she just, could not talk about it. She almost threw up. She's like, no, I can't even deal with that. And I was like, you have them. What are you talking about? Anyways.
By the way, you're off center. Move in.
Okay. So, I guess the first thing we could talk about is our very first period.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go first?
You can.
Oh, great. Okay. Actually, mine was pretty low-key, honestly. I just woke up one day and I was like, oh, I'm bleeding. And so I went downstairs and was like, Mom, I think I started my period.
How old were you?
Oh, shoot. I think I was 13.
Okay.
I felt like all my friends got, their periods before I did. And so I felt like I was, behind. Also, I don't know who let me ever think this, but for some reason, up until, 7th or 8th grade, I thought you only got your period once in your life. I thought it was, a one-time thing, yep, you're good. It's not.
Wait, did you realize it wasn't before or after getting your period?
I'm pretty sure it was before, because I was talking to my friend once, and I was like, yeah, I just want to get it over with, and she's like, you have to, it happens more than once, and I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, it happens every month. So anyways, that was really sad to hear about, but yeah, so the day I got my period was fine. I used it as an excuse to be grumpy all day. I actually was fine, honestly, but I was like, I'm supposed to be grumpy, so I'm going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next day I had school, and I, severely underestimated the amount of flow I would have, and so I used one of, the lighter pads, and I bled through my pants that very next day.
Yee.
It was rough. So yeah, that was my first period. It wasn't really that big a deal, except for the bleeding through my pants part. That kind of sucked. It was really...
Yeah.
As, an 8th middle schooler with, that was really scared of what people thought of me.
Yeah, that's the biggest deal in the world.
It was not great. I was, I had to, sneak to the bathroom and be like, I hope nobody notices that there's a little bit of blood on that seat.
Yeah. I was about halfway through 7th grade when I got my first period. And I remember realizing I was on my period when I got home from school. And my sister, who's older than me, was home. So, I don't know why I didn't go and talk to her about it. And I was like, no, you're not, this is embarrassing. You can't tell anyone you're on your period.
My sister didn't tell me when she got it.
So instead, I sat, perfectly still on our couch. That would do something.
Wait, so you didn't, go, you put, a pad on or something?
No, I didn't even know where they were in our house.
You just sat there, no toilet paper or anything?
Nope.
Maybe if I don't move, I won't bleed.
Yeah, that was my logic. Until my mom got home, which it was only, half an hour, so I was fine, but... But then I had dance, the next day or a couple days later.
Ooh.
And we did these things. We called them Around the Worlds. I've tried to look it up. I can't find any photos of this, so I don't know if this was just, a thing we made up. But I was in kick and jazz class, and pretty much you put your leg on the person next to you's shoulder and, jumped around on one foot in a circle. There was a line of you.
Oh, no.
It was a Rockettes kind of thing. We did kick lines a lot in that class. So we were in a circle with all of our legs on the next person's shoulder, and we'd, turn in a circle slowly, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because what you want to do on your period is have your crotch up closer to somebody's
on someone's
face.
Shoulder. Your crotch on someone's shoulder.
Oh.
I was so uncomfortable. That was I mean, nothing happened. Like, it went fine, but I was so uncomfortable.
Yeah, I would be too. That's actually terrifying.
It is. Like, I'm not sure I'd be comfortable with that now. Also, so, other than that, like, after the first time, I just remember being like, shoot, like, this just keeps happening. This sucks. Which apparently is more shocking for Kirsten. But no, it's just like, this is every month? Like, no, this is awful. But it actually wasn't that bad for, like, the first 6 months. I was just dramatic. However, so then COVID hit, we're all in quarantine, and honestly, I'm kind of glad I was at home for this. 'Cause I don't really know what I would have done if this was happening, like, in school. My cycles were, like, really regular at first, and then that summer they became, like, super irregular. Like, I'd have, like, 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. Which, like,
yeah. That's not right.
I need a month to recover from this, dude. Or, I don't know, a month minus a week,
Wait,
however
like 2
long it
weeks
normally
on?
is. Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah, I would have really long periods and really heavy periods. They sucked. And I had fainted a few times before when I'd get, like, dehydrated or really hot. My sister and I both had, but it was only, like, once in a great while, so it wasn't, like, that concerning. It was just something that happens sometimes. However, my flow's getting really heavy and really frequent. I'm losing a lot of blood. I started fainting a lot that summer.
That's terrible.
It was. I remember in particular, I had a band lesson over Zoom with my band teacher, and I'm playing clarinet, and I kept fainting. So I'd be playing, like, do 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 do, and just, like, slowly fade out of frame.
And nobody noticed?
No, my teacher's like, because it was just me and her. It was, like, a private lesson.
So it's kind of
like,
hard not to.
You good? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. So I tried to play again, fainted again, and finally I had to be like, yeah, I can't play the clarinet right now. Like, ended this Zoom
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so that was awkward. I remember, I think it was on spring break, so my period was just starting to be weird and irregular. My grandparents were on spring break with us, and they were leaving, like, they only stayed a couple days, and we stayed the whole week, so they were leaving, and I get up to hug my grandma goodbye. I'm like, ooh, I feel lightheaded. So I hug my grandma, and then I, like, walk backwards to lean against the wall. However, there was a door there, and the door was open.
Oh, no.
Because usually you can, like, tell you're about to faint, so you sit down or something.
Yeah.
Even if you don't remember it afterwards, you usually, like, come to and you're sitting down or something. But I couldn't do that because the door was open. So I just drop, like, drop dead on the hardwood floor.
Oh.
Terrified my grandmother.
I bet.
Poor woman. Just like,
It was like, what the heck?
yeah, like, she was hugging me and now she's
She's
just
like, what did I do?
yeah, like, I killed my granddaughter. But yeah, there were some fun, awkward situations because of that. Eventually, the fall of my 8th grade year, I got put on a birth control that helped regulate my period, so I haven't had that problem since, thankfully.
Good.
Uh-huh.
But, like, they don't know, like, what the root of the issue. They never found that out.
Some people just have really heavy and, like, kind of irregular periods just run in my family, apparently. It skipped to my mom, so she didn't really know what was happening. But we, like, talked to other family members, and it just runs in our family. Which is unfortunate. My sister had similar problems in college. So she's now on, like, the same pill I am, I think, or a similar one, for the same reason. However, I remember one time I was sitting in the school library with my friend and I was telling her about this because we were talking about periods and stuff. And I mentioned I was on a birth control pill and she goes, "You're having sex?" super loudly in the silent library. So I'd just like to clarify for anyone out there, birth control can be used for a variety of reasons. Period regulation is one of them. Yeah, I'm like, no, I'm not, but thanks for announcing to everyone here that I am.
Oh,
that was fun.
That's rough. Yeah, my periods are not nearly as dramatic as that. However, I am dramatic, which means...
We love that.
Yeah. So, I think it was, maybe the second time I got my period, I want to say. It was maybe the second or third time, I don't know. But I just know, like, at first when I started getting my period, like, it was fine. Like, I didn't really have that much, like, pain or anything with it. But, like, it didn't take very long, and then, like, I don't really get, like, crampy, I guess I would say. But I just feel, like, I get, like, hot flashes a little bit, and I feel kind of sick and, like, really heavy.
Yeah.
Or, like, just, like, a lot of, like, maybe like, a burning sensation, almost, like...
No, I get what you're saying.
In the pit of my stomach. And I do not have a high pain tolerance. Like, I struggle, okay? But I was at my friend's house, and I had gotten it, and it was at this point, I think this was the first time that I, like, actually felt this way, and so I was like, whatever, like, I don't get, like, cramps, I'm fine, I'm going to be fine, and I started to feel kind of weird, and I was like, maybe I'm sick, but then I was like, this is probably because of my period, so I thought I could get through it. I was, like, curled up on my friend's, like, bed, like, I was struggling, okay? I was kind of fighting for my life, and she's like, are you good? And I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna have my mom come take me home. And so I was like, Mom, like, I'm on my period, like, my stomach really hurts, can you please come get me? And she's like, yeah, that's fine. And I'm thinking, like, this is kind of a girl thing. I was also, my sister hadn't gotten her period at this point, so, like,
yeah,
I was the only girl, like, in my family to have it, besides my mom at this point. So I thought maybe she would just come. My entire family was in that car. And,
hey, we love that they showed up to support you.
They had no idea. My mom didn't
time.
tell them what was going on. She's just like, oh, we're gonna go pick Kirsten up from her friend's house. So I get in the car and everybody's in there, and I was like, this sucks. But I was like, at least I get to go home. Like, I'm going straight home now. Like, I needed, like, a heating pad or something, or, like, to take a hot bath. We went to Target. Like, which wasn't too far out of the way of our house, but, like, it wasn't on the way, okay? So, like, I was like, guys, where are we going? And my mom was like, we're going to Target. I was like, great! Because I'm trying not to let my entire, like, my brother and my dad know what's going on right now.
Yeah.
And so, like, I walk into Target with them, and I'm like, Mom, I think I need to go to the bathroom. And I just, like, sit on this toilet for a good while. And my mom's like, are you okay? And I was like, no. And so she was like, here's, like, the car keys. Like, you can go to the car. Remember when I said I was dramatic? Like, I'm really dramatic, okay? So I got to this car. I, like, break down crying at this point because I'm like, this really sucks, and I don't know when it's gonna, like, stop. Started, like, rolling around the backseat.
What?
It helped, okay? I don't know.
Right.
I can't explain it. But in the process of doing that, I lost my dad's keys. So my family got back in the car, and I had kind of, like, regained my composure. And my dad was like, where are the car keys? And I was like, I don't know. Because they were somewhere on the ground. So
you still couldn't go home?
No, I had to, like, get down on the floor of the car and find them. And finally we went home, and I was fine. But it was a terrible experience. I don't know why my mom thought it was a good idea to invite the whole family on that trip, knowing what was going on.
Yeah. I will say, a really awkward experience I had a couple of months into having my period. I was invited over to one of my friend's houses, and she had not had her period yet. Like, you're talking about being later. I was one of the
Well, you said you got it around 11.
Group. Yeah.
That's pretty early. I feel like that's pretty early.
I was one of the earlier ones in my friend group to get my period. So I'm at her house, and suddenly I realize I bled through the shorts I have on. And there's a blood stain on, like, the pillow on her couch that I'm sitting against. I'm like, we're watching a movie with her and her younger brother while this is happening.
Oh, no.
Actually, no, we were playing video games. Sorry. So I'm like, ooh, like, there's a couple options of what I could do right now. This is the one I picked. I flip the pillow around super quickly and run out of the room and tell them I have to go to the bathroom. And I'm taking a while because I have to, like, change and things. And her brother's standing outside the door telling me to hurry up because he wants to get back to playing the video game.
That's really great.
It was. And to this day, I haven't, like, told her what happened, so...
Hopefully she's not watching this now.
So,
if
sorry.
she does, I'm sorry. There's Sophia's blood is on your pillow, I guess.
Hey, I mean, the one side is fine.
Yeah. No, it's one thing to bleed, like, on your own stuff, but it's a completely different thing to bleed on, like, something that's not yours.
Yeah. There's no good way to, like, there's
like,
nothing you can do at that point.
Hey, sorry, I just, like, bled out of down there, like, right all over your stuff.
And then, so we get through that summer of quarantine, we're going back to school, my period is kind of back in check, it's, like, it takes a couple months to, like, actually, like, re-standardize? I don't know.
Whatever.
But through quarantine, I pretty much wore just, like, pajamas or sweats most of the time, because, like, who cares? You're stuck in your house. I get ready for school on the first day, and I'm putting my shirt and stuff on, and I look in the mirror, and you can see my nipples through my shirt. I'd grown boobs over COVID, and my training bras no longer fit, or did what they were supposed to do, and I had no, like, proper bras.
Yeah.
And it's the first day of school. So that's great. So I ended up, my mom found me, like, some bras that my sister had left at home, because she's in college now. But they were all, like, ones, like, she'd left them at home for a reason. They were, like, neon green or striped. So I had to wear, like, really dark clothing, or clothing that, like, hid, that you, like, couldn't see my bra through. For the first several weeks of school before my mom could go out and buy me a bra.
Yeah.
So that was fun. Also, like, this is still a current issue. My sister steals my bras constantly. Less so now, but, like, she'll come home on the weekends, or she would, when she was in college, she'd come home on the weekends and do her laundry, and we'd usually be doing laundry too, and she would just take my bras.
Have you ever had a friend that stole your bra? Like,
no!
Okay, I had this bra that was, like, my favorite bra, because I feel like we all have that one bra that, like,
yes,
is our favorite, because it's comfortable, and it just works well. So I took it to my friend's house for a sleepover, and I think I, like, must have changed or something, and, okay, I'm pretty bad about, like, leaving stuff at other people's houses. It's a problem. I must have left it at her house or something, because she found it, decided to wear it, and she texted me one day, and she's like, you left your bra at my house, and I was like, oh, can you bring it back? And she's like, no, I really like it, I'm gonna keep it, and to this day, she still has it.
That's so weird!
Like, if she's watching this like, not right now, but, like, when we post it, if she's watching this, she'll be like, yeah, that was me. It's like, she'll know. I've stolen her shirts before, but I've never stolen, like, a piece of underwear.
Well, the thing is, my sister, at first, like, when she'd take them, she'd think they were her bras, 'cause they kind of looked the same.
Yeah.
But then she'd realize they were mine, and just wear them and not give them back. So then I'd have no bras again. And my mom would be like, well, Sophia, like, you need to keep track of things. You just lose everything.
Like, it's not my fault.
I'm like, no, I swear! I put them in the laundry, and they never came back.
That's so real, though, actually.
Yeah. And then I'd, like, text my sister, she's like, oh yeah, I have 3 of yours.
See, I didn't really have that sort of problem because, well, let's just say my friends called me Flatty Patty in middle school.
That's so supportive of them.
Oh yeah, I had great friends in middle school. Some of them are, like, they're better now. Kind of.
No, but, like, this got to the point, my sister got an internship over the summer, her sophomore year of college, where she went to Montana the whole summer. And she took one of my bras with her.
Oh, no.
And didn't tell me till the end of the summer. She's like, well, I don't know what good it would have done. Like, it was in Montana.
Thanks.
So, thanks for that, Isabel. You want to go to your next story?
Oh, yeah. So it was, I think it was my sophomore year of high school. I'm still pretty dramatic, to this day.
What?
But I had learned, like, okay, the second that you get your period, or if you feel like you're gonna get it, you need to take ibuprofen immediately, and it will prevent this whole issue from occurring. If I'm too late taking ibuprofen, like,
it does
I will be in the trenches for a little while. In the trenches, like, I was okay, but I had never really felt, like, sick that way before. Like, I'd had, like, the stomach bug, stuff like that. But it was enough for me to be, like, very uncomfortable and very, like...
It sucks. It's
hard to, like, sit, like, in school. I'm always cold in school, and that doesn't help. Like, to me, I feel like that makes it worse.
No, like, you want to be comfortable.
Like, just the whole school environment is really terrible for that.
Make schools more period-friendly, guys. I saw a thing on Instagram the other day that was this is random, but it was a photo of a guy protesting, and he had a sign up that says, "Stop period cramps." They're like, what is this man even protesting?
God.
I don't know. Anywho, back to your story.
Well, anyways, I think I was in study hall, and then I had to go to PE, and I was like, well, maybe, like, walking around will make me feel better, because, like, sitting still, like, was not working. I was struggling. So I started, like, walking around, and we did, like, our little warm-ups, and, like, while I was moving, it was fine, but, like, the second I would, like, start moving slower or, like, stop moving, like, I just felt like I was dying, for me personally.
I felt like I personally was dying.
I feel like my experience of that is, like, much less than, like, other people's experience. Like, other people would probably be like, you were fine. But, well, anyways,
no, I have a super low pain tolerance, too, so, like, I can't judge.
I asked the, PE coach if I could go to the nurse. I told him I had a headache, because I was about to tell him, like, that. So I went, and I got ibuprofen, and, like, and I guess I've never fainted. I don't know what it really feels like to faint, but, like, periods are, like, the closest I feel like I've ever felt, where I get, like, kind of dizzy, like, lightheaded very much. I just, like, when I said I get hot flashes, like, I will be, like, sweating, like, through my clothes, like, it's rough, and I just feel really, like, about to fall over, and so I'm like, can I, like, sit down for a second? And the layout of our school, before I, like, tell this next part, the PE, like, the gym, is, like, kind of on the opposite...
It's in the basement.
Yeah, and it's kind of in the opposite end of the school from, like, the nurse's office. Well, and they were like, yes, but you have to go to your class and get a pass and come back to sit down.
Why wouldn't your PE coach have given you one?
I had a pass to go to the nurse. I just didn't have one to, like, stay there, I guess. I don't know. But that made me really mad. I was like, what?
Yeah,
you mean I have to walk all the way back just to sit down? I could sit down anywhere. Why do I need to... So, I was on the way back, and I, like, literally was, like, bumping into the wall, because I just felt that bad. And so I went into the bathroom, and I just, like, stayed there, and I'd had ibuprofen at this point, so, like, after, like, an hour, it probably would have, like, it was about, like, gonna kick in. And so I just was like, I'm gonna just stay here, like, sitting in a stall on this toilet until I feel better. And then it had been a while, and I was starting to feel, like, okay again, kind of. And I was about to get out and, like, go back to my class. The bell rang. I had skipped the entirety of the rest of my PE class. Which, luckily, we had already taken attendance, though, so I never got counted absent for it. But, like, no, I literally just hid in the bathroom, and it took me, like, the whole of my PE class to feel better. After that.
Fun.
Anyways, I blame the nurse's office for that one, though, because they were the ones who told me I had to go all the way back.
Yeah, that's really dumb. Like, they have phones.
That was ridiculous.
They could have just paged the
Also, like, what if there was,
coach.
like, a more serious issue going on? Like...
Yeah, like you were about to throw up or something.
Yeah, like, all they knew was I had a headache, and I was feeling, like, lightheaded and dizzy, and
Why
wanted
didn't you
to sit
tell
down.
them what happened?
I guess I probably should have, but whatever. I was really embarrassed about it. I was like, I can't tell people about this. And
now you're telling people on the internet.
Yeah. Well, okay, I'm a lot less weird about it now as I used to be.
Yeah,
I don't
like
care
the
anymore.
when you first get your period and, like,
yeah, this
a
is
while
only, like, my
into
second year having it.
Yeah, and, like, a while after you get it, it's, like, you can't tell anyone. I don't know why you feel that way, but it's just, like, it's super embarrassing and you can't tell anyone.
I don't care now.
No, me neither.
I'll kind of tell anyone. I'll be like, yeah, I feel terrible because I just got my period. Like,
It's
I'm
like,
struggling.
feel bad for me, please.
Literally.
It's the perfect sympathy card.
Kind of.
This is a fun one. So, when did you learn about sex? Like, when did your parents have the talk with you, or?
Yes, but I had known what it was before that because my parents, like, they told me, I don't remember if it was 7th or 8th grade, but it was, like, later, like, I feel like they should have known. I had been in middle school for a year or two at that point, like, you should know. But, I don't know, middle schoolers, like, make jokes and stuff, so you can kind of infer. For a while, I was really confused about it, though. Like, 5th grade-ish, I was like, wait, because my parents had always been like, oh, people get pregnant when they're married because they're, like that. And so I was like, wait, so, like, how do you actually get pregnant? Because I knew, like, teen pregnancies were a thing, and, like, people would get pregnant before getting married. I was like, what makes you get pregnant? I was like, what if I accidentally, like, do that? Obviously, I didn't, because that would be crazy, but...
Good job.
Thanks. Yeah. Well, anyways,
it's not too late. You're still a teen.
Well, thank you for that. I kind of inferred, like, how, like, sex happens and stuff, and I knew, like, parts of it, so I kind of pieced it together. And then I had health class, and...
Yes, we had health class in 7th grade at our school.
There were diagrams, and, like, we learned how that stuff happened. Also, I learned what a condom was in that health class, because...
I didn't, and we'll get to that.
Well, anyways, it was, like, a year or two after that. It would have been in 8th grade or after, because I had gotten my period at this point. And my mom was like, oh, we're gonna take a girls' trip, like, just you and me, and we're gonna get a hotel and, like, go to the mall and stuff. And I was like, that sounds fun. I kind of knew, I was like, she's probably gonna give me the sex talk. And she did. But there was so she got this, it's called Passport to Purity, and it's, like, a Christian, like, way of giving the sex talk. Okay. There's, like, a whole chapter on periods, and I was like, I told my mom right before, I was like, Mom, like, because we were gonna go swimming, and I never used a tampon, I was like, Mom, I just got my period, like, I don't know how we're gonna go swimming, and she's like, so anyways, that's also how I learned how to use a tampon, by the way, but, like, we were listening to the period section of the, like, little, like, thing that it was doing, because it was, like, you put it into, like, a,
like it was a CD?
Yeah, it was a CD. You put it into, like, the little CD player.
I don't think this is that complicated, hon.
Well, my mom's like, I think you might know what that is already. And I was like, yep. And we skipped that part. But yeah, that was really awkward. And I'm pretty sure my parents were, like, realized they probably waited too long because I knew how, like, everything worked already. Because my mom took my sister on a trip, like, when she was younger than I was when she took me. But yeah.
I like the idea that you got to go on, like, a vacation.
Yeah, because my mom wanted to make it better.
For it. Like, that's
well, it's because they wanted me to, like, part of, like, the whole, like, little, like, lesson thing is you get this little, booklet, and at one point you have to, like, because they have this whole talk about how you should wait till you're married, and so you have to, like, pledge that, like, you won't, like, that you're gonna save yourself for marriage or whatever. Yeah. And so that was, like, a whole thing, and my mom got me, like, a necklace for it and stuff, so...
That's cool, I guess.
Yeah, I made the most out of it.
Yeah. So... we learn about sex in 7th grade in our school's curriculum, but in 4th and 5th grade you learn about, like, how puberty works, and how, like, 4th grade you learn about, like, the girls learn about going through puberty as a girl, and guys learn about going through puberty as a guy. They, like, put you in separate rooms. Yeah. It's like a whole thing. And then in 5th grade, you learn about the opposite sex and how that works.
I remember at the end of one of those videos, it was 4th grade, they had us get into little groups and, like, write down a question that they were going to draw from, and my group couldn't think of a question, so one girl put, do boys have periods, as the question, and I was like, guys, like, that's a stupid question, of course they don't. And they drew that one.
That's fun.
Anyways.
Well, I remember just always, like, hating when it'd get to this time of year and we were gonna have this.
It was awkward.
I dreaded it so much. And before the one in 4th grade, I knew pretty much nothing about puberty. And my mom tried to talk to me about it then. She's like, hey, so, like, you know, you have this big talk coming up. I'm like, Mom, I know how puberty works. Okay? You get hairy and smelly, and that's all that happens. So...
Oh, if only.
Yeah. So she got me, like, a book, and it was kind of like that one, I think. Like, it was, like, a Christian book on, like, how puberty happens. And I got to the part on periods, like, the first line about it, pretty much. I'm like, what the heck? I'm not reading this. That's weird.
What is this? Witchcraft?
So I didn't read it. And then we get to the day of, and I'm sitting there and, like, just in shock and, like, this is horrible. Like, why did no one tell me this was gonna happen?
Yeah.
My mom tried to. I fought it as hard as possible. But, so in 5th grade, I was dreading it even more, because I'm like, well, if we have to do that, like, who knows what guys go through? Nothing. Guys have it so easy. But I didn't know that at the time. So my mom had to bribe me, because I didn't even want to, like, go to school that day. I was...
Oh my goodness.
No, I was like, I'm not doing this, Mom. So she had to bribe me. It was Thanksgiving week. It was, like, right before spring breaks. And, like, we had a time off from school afterwards. It was right before spring break that we had this. She's like, okay, like, when we get after school, we're going on vacation, and you can pick out pie, and we'll all eat pie, because I really like key lime pie. Aww. So I got a key lime pie as a reward. But I was, like, so set on, like, I'm not going. You can't make me.
Yeah.
So then, 6th grade, we pretty much don't touch on it. Then you get to 7th grade, and we watch The 9-Month Miracle.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It's a 2-day video.
Something.
Well, like, hour and a half,
I'm not sure
probably.
I would have described it as a miracle, but it is something.
Yeah. And about 2 minutes of that hour and a half video actually describes the process of sex.
No, it does. There's a diagram that goes with it that shows...
Yeah, and the rest is like, the development of pregnancy and the baby. So, my parents had never talked to me about how sex actually happens. I knew it had something to do with kissing at this point. That is all I had
That's what I was
figured
thinking,
out.
too. I was like, maybe it's when you make out with someone.
Yeah, it was like, maybe, like, the
happens.
saliva mixes, and that's how you get the guy's DNA.
That's kind of what I thought, too.
I knew you didn't have to be married, because one of my cousins had a teen pregnancy. So I thought it was just, like, could happen at any time. Pretty much. And then I eventually realized you at least have to kiss someone. But that's as far as I was at in 7th grade. I was so sheltered. And I'm watching this video, and, like, my jaw is on the floor. I'm like,
oh no.
What?
And everyone else seemed to know everything at that point.
I'm
I was like, how did you guys find this out?
Literally.
But I was very sheltered as a kid. You were too, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was pretty...
Yeah, I'm like, how do you guys just know this stuff? No, my jaw is on the floor. I'm like, who tried this for the first time? Like, what?
Yeah, who thought of this? He was like, what if...
I'm like, surely I misunderstood this. Who should I ask for clarification?
Oh, no.
At our school, health class was a quarter of the year. And the other quarters you did other classes, like we had like guitar and art and different things, but health class was one that you cycled through. And I had it the 2nd quarter of the year. One of my friends had it the 1st quarter. And we had show choir that night, right after school. So, we're in the bathroom, which is like full of girls getting ready for show choir.
Goodness.
I don't know why I thought this would be a private conversation. But we're washing our hands after going to the bathroom. I'm like, hey, you had health class. I think I misunderstood the video. How's sex work? And she explained it to me, and I'm like, that's what I thought happened. That, like...
It's like, no.
Yeah, I'm like, I really wanted to be wrong.
Yeah, because the idea of doing that actually still to this day is terrifying. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Also, I have, like, a fear of getting pregnant. Like, that's one of my worst fears. Like, I used to, like, have this fear that I was, like, that God was, like, gonna make me the next Virgin Mary. Like, this is, like, maybe, like, late elementary school to, like, early junior high, because I knew, like, I was, like, wait, like, having a baby probably hurts, because I was, like, I mean, how does that not hurt?
Yeah.
So I was actually, like, really terrified of it. I was scared. And to this day, I'm still scared.
I kissed a guy in kindergarten.
Oh,
and I remember
too.
after that being like, shoot, what if I get pregnant?
I just thought I had to get married. I thought that was, like, a done deal. I was like, yep. And he thought so, too, because he was like, well, we kissed, now we have to get married. And I was like, yeah. What did you think?
I used to think people's first kisses happened at their wedding.
Really?
Yeah. Like, which I remember as a kid being like, that's so awkward. Like, you're having your first kiss and all your family and friends are watching. Like, that's so weird.
I can never get married because then my parents have to watch me, like, kiss a guy. That's terrible. That's scary.
Interesting. There was a girl on last season's Bachelor, and the Bachelor's like, I just really feel like you're, like, not into this. She's like, no, I was just thinking about how my mom's watching this.
That would do the trick,
so real.
hopefully. No, yeah, all that stuff is really scary.
But I just love that in 7th grade, I'm like, who should I talk to about this? My parents? No. My friend who's the same age as me.
Yeah, that's a really great idea.
And then, just another applaud to our, just amazing sex ed program.
Oh, boy.
We learned about STDs in one class period.
Yeah, they really didn't teach us that much about safe sex, except don't do it.
No, don't have sex. And if you do, all this horrible stuff will happen to you, like
pretty much
gonorrhea and
like, I remember one
herpes.
girl was like, wait, but, like, isn't that what condoms are for? And they're like, yeah, but they don't work.
Well, I wouldn't know, though, because I was gone that day. I had a dance recital. So I missed that day. Never learned it. I mean, I did, but not for, like, a couple of years later.
Yeah, that's also terrifying. How do you go to a doctor and be like, hey?
Oh, I remember being like, perfect. I can't have sex because I don't know how to do it safely. Got out of that!
Yeah, that's my
So
excuse.
I just learned how to have sex. I'm like, this is disgusting.
Yeah.
But it was like last year, I was on the way to school, and I was dropping my mom off at work because her work was near our school. And I mentioned asking my friend about this. This was like, oh, like, want to hear this funny story? I forgot how we got on that topic. But she's like, why didn't you talk to us? I'm like, okay.
You're my parents, that's weird.
Why didn't you ever talk to me? Like,
no, that's so real, though.
We've never had the talk. She's like, I guess my mom is also a teacher, so maybe she's had a lot of faith in the public school system. Because she's like, well, I figured, they're telling you at school, and if you had any questions, you could just come to us. What middle schooler is coming to their parents to have the talk? Is like, yes, please give me the talk. In what world would that have worked? Like, don't get me wrong, my parents were pretty great overall, but that's one thing I think they might have missed the mark on.
I thought I wasn't allowed to know about it at first. I was like, if I know all this stuff, I can't tell them. Like, I can't even ask questions about it, because they can't know I know this.
Yeah. Okay, we're back after a brief intermission, because the camera died.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, we have a new camera for this episode.
Yeah, we did get a new camera. So
we're, like, totally
weird,
professional.
That's why.
Yeah, we're still messing with it, so.
Why'd you, like...
I don't know, man. Pretty much all we have left for this episode, though, is our recommendations. Kirsten,
yes.
You want to go first?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so my recommendation, it's like a book, but it's also a TV show, like, series. It's called We Were Liars. Mm-hmm. The show is on Amazon Prime Video. But it's basically about this really rich family, and they have, like, their own island. And this girl, she hangs out with her cousins on this island, and, like, their cousin's, like, friend or whatever. Mm-hmm. He's, like, his uncle is, like, related to the family somehow. It's kind of hard to explain, but there's, like, 4 of them, and they're called the Liars because they, like, get into a lot of trouble on the island and stuff. But they spend all these every summer they spend together on this island together on this island together. Well, anyways, one summer, the main character, Katie, or Cadence is her full name, but Katie, she, like, almost dies, and she, like, wakes up in the hospital, I'm pretty sure, and, she, like, has no memory of the summer that she woke up from. Wait, hold up. Okay, I'm doing a really bad job of explaining this, but basically, like, the summer that they were all 16 years old, towards the end of that summer, there was some sort of accident that happened where she, like, had, like, some brain injury or whatever. She, like, ended up by herself naked, like, in the water, and they just found her. Not naked, but, like...
Is this spoilery, or is this all at the beginning?
This is all at the beginning. Okay. And so then she, like, is in the hospital for a while, and she just doesn't know what happened, and the whole, like, series is about her trying to, like, figure out what happened.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, there's, like, a big twist at the end. So if you do watch it, you have to watch, or if you read it, you have to, like, go through the whole thing and figure it out, because it's kind of crazy. But that's my recommendation.
Mine is This Is Us. It's a drama. It was on Netflix. It recently got taken off Netflix, so I don't know where you can watch it now, but wherever you can, I'd recommend it. It's really good. It's basically, it's about this family, or this couple, who the wife has triplets, but one of them is stillborn. And then that same day, this other baby, who's black, the rest of the family's white, is, like, dropped off at a fire station and abandoned. So it's at the hospital, too, and they adopt this baby, so they still, like, kind of have triplets. Mm-hmm. And it follows these 3 kids, like, throughout their life. And it's, like, in dual timeline from when they're kids to when they're grown up, and it shows, like, their parents as kids. Like, it's basically this whole family, like, in all these different times in their lives. Yeah. It's really cute. Milo Ventimiglia, apologies if I'm mispronouncing that, he plays the dad, and he's also the guy that plays Jess in Gilmore Girls. And he's, like, the best husband ever in this show, and it's so cute. I mean, he's also, like, an alcoholic, but other than that...
That's fine. It's not that big a deal.
Aside from that, he's, like, super sweet. So, like, watching him be, like... Because, like, I love Jess, but he's really not a good guy for Rory. So watching him, like... He's older now and being, like, this awesome spouse. I don't know. It's just, like, so cute and, like...
That's nice.
Healing. Also, he's still really cute, so... No, the series is really good. There's, like, 6 seasons. The last season was definitely my least favorite, but it was still good. Yeah, it's really good. It follows them, like, through their parents meeting and, like, them growing up, and then... them eventually getting married and having kids of their own. And there's a lot of, like, parallelism between, like, they'll show their parents doing something and them going through a similar situation.
Yeah.
And stuff. It's really cute, though. And my mom and I watched it last summer, and then we finished it this summer. Because we always have, like, a TV show we'll watch together during the summer, because she's at home, too, because she's a teacher. And I would highly recommend it. It was so good.
Yeah. So anyways, that's all that we have for today. Mm-hmm. Make sure to, like, subscribe and turn on notifications and all that stuff. Things.
Share with friends.
Yep. Send us money.
Hey, do you want to watch a video about 2 girls talking about puberty and sex and stuff? Click here. Yeah. Send that to your friend right now. I think it's
not awkward at all.
Yeah, no, totally normal.
Send it to your middle school friend who just asked you how sex works in the bathroom while you're getting ready for a show choir concert.
No, it was just practice.
Practice?
Yeah, show choir practice.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Get it right. Yeah, send it to them.
Yeah, it'll be great. Mm-hmm. Anyways, thanks for watching, if you made it this far.
Everyone did. It was a great episode.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.